A very good morning to all. On behalf of Sri Abirami College of Nursing, we are happy to organize an international webinar series 5 on empathy among the nursing workforce. A kind attention to the viewers. Please mute your audio during the webinar session, and participants are asked to type the questions in the chat box. We'll give the opportunity, and you can type some of the questions in chat box at any time during the session. Myself, Mrs. Satya Chandra Bose, Assistant Professor of Sri Abirami College of Nursing, moderate for this webinar session. First of all, I thank God Almighty for giving me a chance to be a moderate for this webinar session. It is my privilege to welcome and thank our respected Chairman, Dr. Periyasamy Sir, our Managing Director, Dr. Kundavi Devi Ma'am, and all the Board of Directors for their constant support and encouragement to organize this webinar series. I welcome our Principal Madam, Dr. Jansi Harina Ma'am, Chairperson for this webinar. I welcome our Vice Principal, Dr. Irene Mercy Ma'am, Secretary for this session. I extend my warm welcome to all the principals, vice principals, faculty members, students, and viewers who are all participating in today's webinar series. Empathy is the ability to place oneself in other person's situation and look at their condition through their perspectives, emotions, actions, and reactions. Empathy may also be a professional superpower that can be developed and cultivated. Expressing empathy is highly effective and powerful, which builds a patient trust, calms them, and improves health outcomes. Empathy is a key component of emotional intelligence as it aids in comprehending other feelings through personal characteristics. To unfold more about the empathy among the nursing workforce, here we have an eminent resource person, Ms. Pramila Thapa, advisor of Yeti Health Sciences Academy, Kathmandu, Nepal. I welcome you, ma'am. It's my pleasure to welcome you, ma'am, for this session. Now, I request our Principal Madam, Dr. Jansi Harina ma'am, to introduce the speaker for this webinar session.
Thank you, Satya.
Thank you,
Good morning and warm welcome to all the dignitaries and all the participants for this today's session. I really thank Almighty for this wonderful day for all of us. So now I take privilege to introduce Madam Pramila Thapa, who is a well-known speaker. Madam has completed MSc and BSc Nursing in Tamil Nadu at MGR Medical University, Chennai. She has completed a master's degree in Public Administration and bachelor degree in Education in Nepal. She worked as a registrar for Coimbatore University. Also, she has worked as a Deputy Dean in Medical Faculty at Coimbatore University, as well as Founder, Campus Chief, and Managing Director in Yeti Health Sciences. She served as an executive board member of Nepal Nursing Council. Also, she was a founder, hospital director at Green City Hospital in Kathmandu. Presently, she holds an advisor of Yeti Health Sciences Academy, Kathmandu in Nepal. Ma'am, we are very happy to have you here as a resource person. We know definitely we will get more knowledge, and the participants and the viewers will definitely get more information on empathy among the nursing workforce. Madam, I'm handing over the sessions to you. Please, over to you. Take, ma'am.
Namaskar. Greetings of the day. It's my great pleasure and honor to be invited as a speaker in a great platform. Now I'd like to express my gratitude honorable presidents, vice president, board members of institute, principal madam, Nancy Helen madams, and all our Abirami Institute for providing me great opportunity. So today I'm going to talk about empathy among nursing workforce. So before talking about nursing, just a minute, ma'am. Suman. Yes, Suman. क्या compromise गर्नुपर्छ है हजुर त अहिले नगर्छु न बाबा प्लिज बाबा प्लिज No, I'm sorry, ma'am. Here's some disturbance here. Sorry. Shall I, ma'am?
Ma'am, 1 second.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, can you... My slide... What is my PPT, ma'am? Next, ma'am. So before talking about empathy, first we should have to understand some of the facts and figures we use to impact in our personal and professional lives. We know that there is the COVID-19 pandemics. There is a war between Ukraine and Russia. Indirectly, we are also getting effect from this type of issues. And there is a concerns about different technology, like we are having sometimes confusions for the technology driving us or we are driving technology. Sometimes we are confining ourselves in the virtual world. Also, there is we are locating ourselves in the Google Maps. So there is a lots of ups and downs. Leaders are facing lots of challenges. There is the concerns about well-being at the workplace. So here, leadership, whether that is from health backgrounds, that is from others, all are facing lots of challenges. Sometimes leaders fail to lots of problems and they are facing lots of problems. Sometimes situation might be fragile. In this condition, leader is one who has to see things before than others, who has to tackle and treat the things smartly, strategically, and smoothly, to treat and tackle the situations smartly, strategically, smoothly, to create peace, prosperity, productivity, and profit in the workplace, which is very much good for our personal and professional lives. Because in the organization, there are the different person, they have different trade, they have different backgrounds, they have their different academic qualifications. So in these conditions, later we have to understand such situations. There is some reasons employees use to quit their job. That is because of strengths of boss, because that is strengths. Any problem? My sound? Ma'am, any problem? Sound is... Hello? Hello? It's okay now, ma'am? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Yeah. And because of that is strengths of boss or strengths of workers, and sometimes there is a monotonous type of workplace because we are not considering our soft skills. We are not giving much importance to our soft skills like empathy, like other type of soft skills like increase of awareness, emotional intelligence, empathy, understanding ourselves, or developing our employees. Next, madam. So there is a problem. Problems. We are aware all these problems. So we should understand there is a solutions also, because every problem have solutions. Already there is a leadership lab or empathy lab. They have already developed important soft skills. That name is empathy. Because effective leadership, 90% time they used to contribute to find solutions, not only problems, because they used to invest 50% time to finding problems. About empathy, all health organizations also has listed top 10 soft skills about empathy. Next, ma'am. So why empathy is considered importance in the workplace? Because there is the difference. Data have revealed that there is a 77% of workers they would like to willing to work more hours if there is a empathic type of workplace. And SR professionals or SR leaders, they used to consider 90% empathy is a very most important in the workplace, and 80% of millennial workforce, they used to leave organization if there is a non-empathy leadership and leaders are present in the workplace. Next, ma'am. So why empathy is important in our healthcare delivery systems? So there is considers about better health, better workplace, and better cares. So talking about the better cares, that helps to increase patient satisfaction, that helps to increase trust levels, that helps to increase bonding between patients, service providers, and clients. So talking about the workplace, that helps to increase our excitements, that helps to increase our engagements, that helps to increase our empowerments, and also there is a better health that will give the more cost-effective service, that helps to reduce morality, that helps to increase our trust levels and prevent from other complications. Next, ma'am. So talking about this different concept about empathy and related in our workplace, there is one important tools which has talked about Daniel Goleman. Daniel Goleman has talked about the 4 classes that is very much important in our life. That is our self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and social management. So social awareness has talked about the 3 important ingredients, that is empathy, understanding others, and developing others. So empathy, this is the such top or vital or important tools. It helps to seeing the eyes of others. It helps to listen with the ears of others. It helps to feel with heart of others. Because empathy, it helps to understand other perspectives, other behaviors, others' attitude. Because empathy, people have that trait, that quality, because they are good to speak what their clients used to do, because they used to speak such a way others like to speak. They like to listen such a way others like to speak. Next, ma'am. So for having empathic listening and empathic communication, this is most important ingredients in our workplace, because 60% of our performance, it is depend of our empathic working and empathic listening. How it is possible? For that, we have to follow some of the ingredients, that is attitude, because attitude is a ticket to success. Without attitude, you cannot achieve anything. So you need to have kindness attitude. Kindness, this is the very important novel's words, because kindness persons, they can kindness that can listen from deaf and blind also can be seen your kindness. For that, you have to apply for your non-adulterity or non-judgmental approach, because you should not show your disrespect, you should not show your reservations towards your clients. So you should not have judgment type of personality. So another is be care and considers. This type of approach or attitude, it helps to understand if your clients, if you have this attitude, your clients will be share more information. If you have more information, you will have easy to make plan and make decisions. Also, complete listening, also one of the important ingredients, because nowadays we used to listen lots of complaints about you, because patients and patient party, they are not able to get time from their health service, because they don't have time to listen all those things. So that we should increase our listening habit. This is very much important in our personal and professional life. Another is desire to listen. Next, ma'am. So remember, we have to understand some of our trade, but we don't know what type of listening habit we are following or what we are adopting, because directly, knowingly or unknowingly, we don't know what type of listening habit we are following. There is some type of listening habit we should understand. That is pseudo listening, stage hugging listening, insert listening, selective listening, defensive listening, and ambushing listenings. We have to understand whether we are knowingly or unknowingly we are following or adopting such type of listening habit. So talking about the pseudo listening, that means you are physically with your clients, but mentally you are somewhere else engaged because you are not considered they are the important part in your lives. So another stage, hugging listening, means that sort of the things you have already ready-made answer. You are not going to listen their opinions, their ideas, because you are reserved with your opinions. Then insulting listenings, you are insulting type of listening. Selective, you listen only selective persons, then you leave the sessions. And defensive, that is the assertive type of listening. Ambushing listening, you listen all informations. After listening, then you will start to harmful or you will start to misuse that information. So you have to understand what type of listener you are. You need to have connective type of listening in your personal and professional life. Next, ma'am. See the next, before we have talked about the different type of listening habit. So another, we have to understand different type of responding habit, because we are not able to understand ourselves. Understanding ourselves, we are finding very tough, because we don't have time to understand ourselves, because we most of the time we are busy to understanding others. So we have to understand what type of responder we are. Here I have taken the 5 tiers, that is attack tiers, self-doubt tiers, word tiers, detect tier, and connective type of tiers. So talking about the attack tiers, so directly, rudely, you are responding with your audience, with your clients. So another self-doubt means you have your own reservations type of personality or responding type of habits. And word tier, this is the like pause, you are not going to speak anything. So detect means this is the assertive type of responding personality, and connect child, this is the empathy type of cheers. So this type of cheer, we have to understand what type of responder we are. We have to adopt connective type of cheer in our personal and professional lives. Next, ma'am. Here we have to remember 5L, that is speak less, listen more. See our eyes, see our ear, see our lips, that should be sealed while your clients is keep on speaking, going to speak, and check your legs and should your check your lap. Next, ma'am. So now how we can improve, what are the process it will help, it will meditate to have appropriate communications or appropriate listenings habit in our workplace. There is a lots of models, lots of tools you can find, but here I have taken Hurier models. Hurier models has connected with 4 components, that is hearing, listenings, remembering, interpreting, evaluating, and responding. Next, ma'am. So now talking about hearing and listening. Hearing is a physical process. Listening is the holistic process. Here, listening is the very most important because data also has shown that listening will take more more contributions than speaking. So talking about here's per minute 500 to 600 words are used to listen ourselves, but 120 to 180 words we used to speak per hours. So this data have revealed that it has, we need to consider, so we have to conscious much more about to improve our listening skill. Next, ma'am. So next process is understanding. So we are here for respond, not reply. All the time your clients don't want your reply, don't want your rude type of behaviors or approach. For that you can apply habit fit effective leadership. That means first you seek to understand, then seek to be understood. Like for example, sometime in your organizations, sometime your employees or your staffs not able to complete given tasks at a given times, so that before scolding, before treating your staffs, you have to first call him and then get feedback from him why he or she has not completed their job. Maybe there is a different reasons behind it, like sometimes they are not able to complete that task, or they are not getting support from their other departments, or they are not getting raw data, or they have some physical and mental problems. If you are able to apply habit fifth, first need seek to be understand, then to be understood. You can understand the exact situations or exact cause why your staff has not complete tasks on a given times, so that if you are able to apply this approach, definitely your employees will work for you, your employees work for himself and work for organization. So that you have to see the traffic light, like stops and wait and go approach, so that your response always work high than your reply approach. Next. Here I have taken one examples, your response and your reply, your reactions and your response. There is a different triggers in our lives, sometime without pause or without given times. If we start to reactions ourselves, their outcome will be unwanted. But if there is a pause times, like you are taking a breath, or you are understanding your awareness levels, if you are understanding ego levels or emotional levels, your response, your outcome will be wanted. So we have to approach reaction and respond, or our response, not reply approach in our professions and personal life. Thank you. Next, ma'am. Next process is remembering. So remembering also very important tools, like to have the effective service in our lives. Here data also have revealed that 50% effectiveness you can achieve if you act immediately. But if you act after 8 hours, that will impact 35%. If you act after 2 days, that will impact 20%. So that you have to follow some of the ingredients, that is your approach of review, approach of repeat, and recite and practice. Because if you are approaching practice type of approach, practice makes the perfect. We have to understand 10 minutes of your practice, that is much more important than the 20 hours of thinking. So always demonstrate your deed and action, not your reasons and not your opinions. Thank you. Next one. So next process is our interpreting accurately. So here's every times our verbal communications will not be sufficient, because data have revealed that 30% of information will be complete from our non-verbal communication. That is maybe different forms, that may be tone, voice, postures, language. We have to consider about different type of non-verbal approach also to complete our messages. So another is evaluating. We have to evaluate, organize, and perspectives, and both employees and speakers or listeners' perspectives, and respond connective way, win-win situation, so that your listening process, your communication process will be effective in your personal and professional life. Thank you. Next, ma'am. So here's how we can develop our empathy. So there is a lots of tips and technique, framework and models you can find from different researchers, different leadership have talked about empathy, how it can be grow and develop, because empathy it can be grow and cultivate, or we can learn. Here I have taken some of the concept or some of the frameworks to enhance or to develop our empathy. Next, ma'am. So here's the first leadership. We should understand hard work versus smart works. Then it's called you'll get the success. So hard work will not be sufficient. Smart work will not be sufficient. Both you have to work simultaneously to increase your smartness. Because here 4 quadrants is there. You are working intelligently with work hard, that your work hard and smart work will can be placed. For that you need to have ACDC leaders, that means agile connected leadership. Agile connected leadership always seek to be learnings, because they keep on learning, lifelong learnings. And then another, you have to see the bright brains in the better futures. Bright brains need to have to the leadership to increase bright futures. So everyone have choice. You have to choose to change the society, because change is not permanent. Change, there is no permanent except change. We have to see the positive dialogue or positive debate or positive domain to change. So here we have to do it. We have to have dedications. We need to have determines. We need to have this type of personality, so that we can work for hard work and smart work. You can apply for 80-20 principles. 20 millions of investments, you can have to 80% of results, because less investments, high achievements type of style you need to develop in your life, so that your peace, your prosperity, your productivities and your profit in the organization can be enhanced, so that your levels of understanding others, level of developing others and levels of observing others, that also can be smart. Next, ma'am. So another I have taken, this is one study also is there. Study also I have included here. So another main importance part, that is the empathy map. In previous time, empathy map have used other business organizations and others organizations, but nowadays this is also becoming in the medical sciences also. Empathy map, it helps to understand saying labels, understanding your thinking labels and your doing and then feeling. You can visualize persons, you can have team, and then you can visualize these things, and this is the notables and visualize approach. You can identify person's empathy if you have raw data, if you have the things, so that you can plan or you can have such type of trainings. Here's one training has conducted in, this is the UK based trainings. Main topic of this training, empathy maps in communications skills and training. Objective to assess the attitude toward applicability and usability of empathy maps as part of medical students' communication skill training. It has conducted with first-year medical students in UK-based medical colleges, and main conclusions about this training. This is the cost-effective and highly important and highly feasible in the medical sciences, so that this is the effective for patient-centered care approach, as well as future research. Also, we have to consider more about to apply or to execute empathy map in our healthcare delivery systems. Thanks, ma'am. So another approach you can apply for mindful practice. Mindful practice also, you have different source or different things you can adopt which one you like. But there is a lots of study have shown that there is a mindful exercise or mindful practice and empathy have positive connections, and different study also have shown that mindful exercise or mindful practice, it has impact on empathy levels. Next one. So on another's, you can practice positive affirmations, because if you keep on practice positive affirmations, so positive affirmation you can't get within the minutes. You have to practice 20 days, 30 days, or much more days. Then you can get your reflections. You can visualize or you can feel differently, because I have taken here some of the empathy affirmation. That is, I can see through the eyes of my workers. I can sense the beating of my employees' heart. I can listen with my employees' ears. I have the ability to treat others with dignity. I am familiar with the employees' culture and language. With the employees, I maintain a cheerful approach. I have the ability to listen with empathy. So some of the positive affirmation, which one you like, you can form it, you can develop it. So according to that, every day, if you can practice like 5 positive affirmations or some positive, some empathy affirmations, so that also you can feel different, you can find in different way. This is also have lots of impact. Different evidence also have suggested that this is highly impact tools to increase our empathy levels or compassion levels. Next one. Next, ma'am. So this is some of the tips also are this to enhance our empathy levels, like empathy travels. If we travel, so in that times we can find different peoples, we can observe different persons, we can feel different persons. There directly we can experience such type of things if we are in travels. This is also one of the important steps to boosting our empathy. Another, deep conversations. If we keep on having the deep conversations, we can understand others' perspectives, because knowing others is very easy, but understanding others is very difficult, because understanding and knowing are different, because every person, they are not artists to understand, because it is very difficult. If you understand silence of your other peoples, so that you can understand words of other people. So deep conversations, one of the important tools to understand, to bondings, to cultivate culture, to understand others. Then another is the feedback, also one of the important tools. And another is read more and write more. If you are having the read more and write more cultures, that will increase your reflections. If you have more reflections, definitely you can understand others, you can feel others, you can visualize others, and learning new skills also one of the important tools. It helps to boosting empathy. Next, ma'am. So here's I have taken here's how did Florence Nightingale show the empathy in this year. While on her rounds, Nightingale talked to her patients, giving them empathy and compassion in their moment to disappears in order to talk to assist the condition of her patients. She made rounds at night with her lamp. Today, nursing assessments are the core of nursing, and nursing action are based on these themes. Never underestimate the using the beauty of the persons. So always see the empathy ear, empathy eye, and empathy heart, so that you can understand others. This is very much challenging nowadays, but very much concerns are very much important in today's our workplace. Even Mahatma Gandhi also has used some of the important soft skill, that is compassion, empathy, and then other awareness skill. He also used to hype, to bonding, to cultivate, and to understanding others. Next one. So here's I have conducted one study. It has conducted in Kathmandu Valley itself. My main goal of my study to investigate empathy level among the nursing workforce. Here I have adopted convenient sampling technique, and 89 nursing workforce participate in these studies. And here's Toronto empathy questionnaires. TEQ scales has used. This is the validated and highly used tools. And there is the Crunchbuns and reliability test have shown the positives. Next, ma'am. So from my study, I found that 40.4% score inadequate in empathy according to the finding. So here less than the 50%, they don't have or they are not able to score empathy levels. And then another regression analysis, Morel's standard coefficient beta, have shown that positive value of age. And then there is qualifications, also one of the major variables to increase empathy levels. This also result have shown the positive value. As a result, the age of nursing workers, both of their qualifications were found to be significant determinant of empathy in this study. Next, ma'am. So this was my study. Here some of the study also I have taken here. In 2010, one study, one small training, 3 hours of training study has conducted in the Boston hospital in USA. So after training, they also have shown the high levels of impact. Here patients have or field e-service and more care or more concerned service. So here another study also it has conducted in Kathmandu. They have researchers has taken 4 medical institute in Nepal. So after that study, they found that they have low levels of empathy, and they have highlighted that this is very much important in health sciences also. Also another things also they have highlighted, because developing countries medical students, they have less empathy than the developed country students. So that this two evidence have suggested that we need to focus, we need to highlight, we need to we need to concerns to increase empathy levels to our health workforce, nursing workforce, or nursing students. Next, ma'am. So here's empathy. People are made, not bones. Only 10% of our empathy capacity is genetic. And here evidence also have suggested that 90% of us can empower our empathy skill at any point of our life. So data have shown that there is more opportunity, more space to increase or to cultivate empathy level in our lives. So that we have to learn, we have to try to understand or try to cultivate empathy levels in our personal and professional lives. And here's there is the 4 leadership, 4 types of empathy are there. These 4 quadrants have shown that high empathy levels and low high empathy and high affective and high cognitive type of empathic leaders. That person have emotional mature, emotional control, so they are able to master everything because they understand self-control. This is chief elements of self-respect. They understand self-respect have chief elements of courage. If you have high levels of courage, you are able to make decisions. You are able to cultivate positive work space. You are able to practice your silver lines. You are having positive people, positive attitude, and silver lines, so that you are able to impulse, engage, and excitements in your personal and professional life. Next, ma'am. So here, this is data I have taken from LinkedIn. Here, this one organization, the female lead. In this data, there is 57,537 people voted this answer questions. Question is, what is the most important quality of leaders? Leadership, what importance quality need to have? So they have given us the 4 options, that is communication, intelligence, empathy, and others. In this data have shown that 50% need to have empathy and 45% need to have communications. So that this is very much important soft skills. This data also have revealed that. So another also have shown that in this study there is also 27,796 people participate to give this answer. Question is, which superpower would you like to have? For that there is 52% people responded ability to read mind, because reading mind is very tough. So that type of skill, that type of morals and framework, we have to work more to understand our minds or to understand other minds. Next, ma'am. So concluding about today's sessions, empathy is a critical for nurses. Empathy is a cornerstone for patient-centered cares. The nursing service is always involved in providing high quality of care. There is a good association between empathy and self-care as well as patient's cares. So nursing programs should instill empathy knowledge and skill strategy for the nursing workforce to develop their empathy, compassion, resilience, and quality of life. Empathy can be learned and developed. Empathy may also be professional and superpowers, because empathy has superpower. If you start to believe yourself, if you start to have more confidence, so magic thing will be happening. So I wish all have got little knowledge about empathy. I know you will going to apply this information in your personal and professional life. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It's the time to clear the doubts of viewers. You can post your questions in chat box. Viewers can post your questions in chat box.
Participants, any questions? Please check it in YouTube chat box. Any questions? Ma'am, it was a wonderful session we had, and really it is eye-opener for many of the students, and especially the senior students will have developed knowledge, like how to have an empathy, to improve the empathy in various skills. And really it is very much needed for the patient-centered care. And she showed that reviews and research that really the empathy helps in improvement in their patients' feelings. Hope everyone is clear with Satya.
Sound is.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your presentation, ma'am. You made this webinar a useful session, and you have taught about the importance of empathy among the nurses in the workforce, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all for attending this webinar.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hope you all cherished with the enlightenment. I'm also grateful to the technical persons, Mr. Shurit sir and Ranjit sir, for their support. Once again, I thank you all for joining the webinar and made this a successful occasion. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.